Hey guys and girls, welcome to another Sunday afternoon chat. Will you look? Will you look? Will you look at that water behind me? My goodness, I'm telling you, this is absolutely spectacular. Dead calm. You know, we had some 50-mile-an-hour winds in Oklahoma this week. Tornadoes broke out after they left Oklahoma. That storm came through here, and it came in two parts. The second part really didn't materialize and gave us nothing. The first part that really caused all the problems and tornadoes and unfortunately some fatalities as it left Oklahoma and went over into Arkansas and Louisiana and headed all the way up to the East Coast. Tremendous storm. It gave us a half-inch rain. We've had over 11 inches of rain this year, and we're just absolutely praising God for that rain. The lake is in beautiful shape out there. We've had a little, we haven't fertilized yet. We're going to fertilize after I get back from Argentina. But the lake has had a little algae bloom on its own because of all of the cloud cover we had during all of that rain. And so it's spectacular. I mean, it's getting a little color to it. The fish are spawning, and we'll talk about some of that here a little bit later. Talk about the fish spawning if I can remember to talk about it, because it is a critical thing in fishing right now, and has been for a little while, and it will be for about the next 30, 40, 50 days. Particularly all over the South, they're actually on the bed. A lot of them already spawned, but they're in the very stages of the spawn, and you need to really fish the spawn, the various stages. You can figure out what stage to spawn the fish you're in, bass or crappie, either one. When you're fishing, you're going to be a lot more successful at it. So that's a very important thing. We'll talk about that a little bit. It's the end of March. Can you believe it? March is gone. It's gone. We're into April, and 25% of the year, that's right, 25% of the year, first quarter, is gone already, just that quickly, just in a blink of an eye. We went through January, February, March, and now we're into April. Easter is just right around the corner. Next Sunday is Easter Sunday, and it's just, I couldn't believe it when I looked in there and saw that next Sunday was going to be Easter Sunday. Time flies when you're having a great time, they say, but can I tell you, the older you get, life is like a roll of toilet paper. The older you get, the faster it goes. When you get close to the end, the faster it goes. That's right. That's exactly the way it works. And I got to go to the Bassmaster Classic this last weekend. Big congrats again to Jeff Gustafson, who won that tournament. Gussie, we call him, the tournament fisherman. We all call him Gussie. Did a tremendous job. He come back to the field the last day, but caught a couple of really nice smallmouth that held on to win that thing, so congratulations. Also want to say a great big thank you to all of the people that came out and visited at the Bassmaster Classic. I visited with literally thousands of people there in 2 days. I spent 13 hours in various booths, all of our sponsors' booths, spent an hour in each booth, each of 2 days, and had lines the entire time, and visited with just, like I said, thousands of people, signed, I guess, just about every hat in the building, it seemed like, but it was a tremendous time. Also, last week, I got to go get my new Expressway Ram. I got to drive that thing some this week, and it's an incredible truck. You remember, I deal with Expressway because they've got the best service, they've got the best selection, and they always have the best price. So think about it if you're thinking about a new truck, Expressway. I got to spend some time with Jamie this week. I got to spend a lot of time with Chris. We got back to the ranch. We didn't get back to Sherry's for the Bassmaster Classic until Sunday night, Monday morning, about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. But we got back down here the following day, Monday. I've been here at the ranch all week. I got to go out and feed my deer and mess with my deer a little bit. One of the great things that's happening is some of the deer's antlers are starting to grow this week. They're not just bare spots up there. They're starting to grow. And the one that looks like the biggest growth so far is Prince Charming, our albino deer. So that's going to be very interesting to watch over the next several weeks. Watch those horns just materialize out of a couple of spots on their head, just to materialize, and some of them are going to have really, really big horns. Our boy Forrest, some of you are asking about his collar. His collar has come off. We got to put a new collar on him. The only way I know it's him is I see that big white around his eyes. And also, if I get out there and start talking, he'll come walking up to me because he's my buddy. So things are going great. We're getting ready to watch those antlers start. Spring fishing is just around the corner. It's here. It's not just around the corner. It's here. And it's in the thing that you want to think about when you go fishing in the spring is where the bass are, where the crappie are in relationship to the spawn. We have a pre-spawn, a pre-spawn, a spawn, and a post-spawn. So think about where the fish are, wherever lake you're fishing. And it will change sometimes almost on a daily basis. I've seen the water temperature go from, 55 degrees up to 65 degrees in one day. So that changes things a lot. remember, just as a general rule of thumb, depending on where you are, and I know some of you up north, it's still not springtime yet. It's still, you got ice on the ground, you got snow, and ice on your water, some of you. But when bass spawn, they're going to move to points that are leading into the spawning area. Sometimes they move to flat banks in between, like a couple of points, go up a cove here and a cove here, and then a flat bank in between them that might be 100, 200, 300 yards long. They'll be off there. They move to those areas. They'll get up in 8 or 10 foot of water and suspend. You can find them and see them on a live scope. Before we had live scope, we just go in there and blind cast with jerk baits, suspended jerk baits, light line, 6 or 8 pound test line. Jerk the bait down. The colder the water, you let it set longer. Let that bait set a long time, give it a little jerk, let it set a long time, let it set a little more, and get a little jerk, and that's a great way to catch them. That is a pre-spawn. When they move into the pre-spawn area, that is when I believe that the bass are moving from those points and flat bank areas between a couple of points or between a couple of spawning pockets. They start moving back into the pockets. They would generally travel along the north shoreline, and they like gentle sloping banks to spawn on, so look for those type areas wherever you are. That is a pre-spawn when they're moving. Now, they won't just swim from the point to the back end. As fast as the water's warmed up, some places they might, but they'll generally take a few days or maybe a week to do that. They will stop on structure, just like bass do. They will stop on structure, logs, stumps, brush piles, gravel, rocks, boat docks, just any kind of structure, bushes. We've had a lot of rain, over 11 inches here at the Eagle. When that water gets up in the bushes, they'll stop on those bushes. When they're in the spawn, that's the area when the bass are where the beds are. That's when they are where the bears are. It's not always back in a pocket. Sometimes it's out on the main lake, so keep that in mind. Gentle sloping banks, hard bottoms is what they have to have. So when they're spawning, obviously that's when they're on the bed. Post-spawn is when they move off the bed. A key thing to remember in post-spawn is that they cannot go deep immediately when they leave the bed. So they're going to be about 5 or 6 feet deep. They may be over 15 or 20 foot of water, a lot of times out on a long point, same place they were in the pre-spawn area. So keep all those things in mind. That's going to help you a lot with your spring fishing. As I speak right now, most of the crappie in Oklahoma are in that 8 to 10 foot area, just like I was talking about the bass. Some of them 6 or 7 foot. Most of them that are there right now are males. You fish out in front of the spawning areas to catch those. I talked to Wally Marshall actually yesterday, and Wally said the fish he caught down there in Texas, the bigger ones, the females were out 18 foot of water. But they are moving. The bigger males, the males, he said, was in 8 or 9, 10 foot of water, the females in 18. And he said he whacked them pretty good. He didn't tell me where. But he did tell me the water depth, which is the most important thing to ask when you talk to people about how they catch their fish or where they catch their fish. Find out how deep they are. That'll clue you in real good. And but they're going to be moving rapidly here in the next couple, 2 or 3 weeks. So keep that in mind. Friday night, a couple nights ago, I did go up to Choctaw Road Baptist Church. Incredible church. Kevin Costner's brother, Matthew Costner, is a preacher there, and it's just great church. I talked to several of the ministers there. By the way, that's not Kevin's brother. Not Kevin Costner's brother. It's not. Better looking than Kevin Costner. He is, yeah, Matthew. Well, he might not be better looking. His son Maxwell is better looking than he is. But anyway, we had a great time up there. We had well over 500 men. It was a men's only event. We had one beautiful woman there. My beautiful wife, Chris, went with me. And I heard her tell Sherry that Jimmy did a good job at that church tonight. So I'm tickled to hear that. We did have several people get saved. Something happened there that was just really, really special. And I'll show you the antlers in maybe a separate little video. But one of the individuals there, Tim Soley, brought me some antlers and gave them to me. He knows I love shed. He brought me some antlers and gave them to me. And I tell you what, just kind of stay tuned, and maybe tomorrow I'll just do a little 4 or 5 minute video telling that story. I don't want this Sunday afternoon chat to run too awful long. But let me tell you about Tim Soley. Let me tell you about Tim Soley and the antlers that he brought to me yesterday. And the remarkable thing that happened after that. God works in great, great ways. Great, great ways. He really does. But thanks to all of you that came to Choctaw Road Baptist. I know a lot of you will probably be getting on our Catch of the Day channel and some of our fishing channels. Remember, we have 3 channels on YouTube. Jimmy and Chris Houston's Twin Eagle Ranch channel, the biggest channel, and that's where we have the deer and all the things we do here at the ranch. Jimmy Houston Outdoors Fishing, which we started back somewhere right after the first of the year. only about 6,000 people. That's a pretty new channel, but it's gone over 6,000 here in this first quarter. So I imagine it's probably going to grow at about that same pace the rest of the year. Our Instagram now, we've got a little bit more active on Instagram. We're posting a lot of stuff over there. So y'all check that Instagram out. I think we've got about 34,000 and about 100 people a day. And of course, Jimmy Houston Outdoors Facebook, our biggest media outlet other than television. And we're still on ESPN2 for the first 26 weeks of the year. Second quarter starts, started today, I guess, today. Or yesterday or today. We're on Saturday or Sunday. I think we're on Saturday there. But anyway, it's get involved with our Jimmy Houston Outdoors television. But Facebook's got over 600,000 people on Facebook, and we post just about everything up there. That's sort of a catch-all media outlet where we post a lot of stuff. So Choctaw Road Baptist, we had just a tremendous deal last night. They had a chili cook-off, a cookie chill-off, a cookie chill-off, and it was great. And look at Nelly down there. You remember when Milburn was doing that right down there? Nelly is down there. Nelly is down there playing with the sprinkler. And she's barking at the sprinkler. She runs in there and gets her nose in it. You remember when Milburn, our pet deer, was doing that? The orphan deer that his mama got killed on the highway, and Apache found him just wallowing around on the highway. He might have got born after his mama got killed. I don't really know. Remember, he was playing with that very sprinkler. He would play with it just like Benelli does, stick his nose in it. He didn't bark at it like Benelli's doing, but she's having an awful lot of fun out there playing with that sprinkler. Oh, that scared her right there. She heard somebody or something out there. I don't really know. But anyway, that's a nice little treat. She's probably going to come up here to see me. She got the sprinkler got her. The sprinkler got her, I guess. But anyway, anyhow. So all of the great people up at Choctaw Road Baptist Church, a tremendous church. They have 4 services on Sunday, and they actually have 5 Sunday services. They just have one of them on Wednesday night, where they just have a lot of church will hold only about 600 people, and so they're debating about building another church there. So that's just a tremendous church. I wanted to mention that our newsletter went out actually yesterday for the month of April, and it is a tremendous newsletter. Kyle, my grandson, Kyle, Sherry's youngest son, does that newsletter, and he just does a remarkable job. It's got so much helpful information. And if you're not receiving our newsletter, all we need is your email. It's an email newsletter. All we need is your email. You can look at it and delete it, look at it and print it, look at it and save it, whatever you want to do. But it is a tremendous newsletter. I get a lot of newsletters from other people in the industry, and I'm obviously not patting myself on the back. I'm patting Kyle on the back. It's the best newsletter that I've seen come from any fisherman out there. And there's a lot of good ones. I get several good ones myself. Misty Wells has got a good one, O'Neill outside down in Florida, down in Alabama. He's got a good one too. But ours is just amazing. It's just amazing. And I think we got a little over 10,000 people that receive that. Send it out on the first of every month. But just go on jimmyhouston.com, and we've got a place on there where you can give us your email. That's all we need. We don't need your zip code. Don't need you to sign a check or send money. If you want to sign a check and send money, you can. But anyway, we don't need your telephone number or anything like that. We just need your email address to be able to send that to you. Absolutely free. We don't charge anything for it. It's got some rebates, some deals in there from Shell, some deals in there from O'Reilly, and just some things in there to save you some money when you're out there in the outdoors, and some things that's going to help you have fun in the outdoors. Just absolutely an outstanding newsletter. One of the things you'll notice in that newsletter, those of you got it, was our new Innate performance patches that actually balances the photons in your body. It gives you more strength, better balance, more endurance. It's something we've been working with Chris for quite some time. The Innate patches, we have them now. If you'll go to Innate, I don't know exactly what that website is. I think maybe we have it there on our newsletter, but I'll be doing a video or two showing you some of the strength things and stuff that you can try yourself. I'd advise that you try it, put it on your own Facebook page, your own social media, if you have them, whether you got a big page or a little page, and try some of these things that we're going to play with on there. There's a lot of people that have had tremendous success in a lot of different areas. We'll be talking about that as time goes by. You remember the water that I drank, Innate State water? We now have Innate State performance patches. We've got patches that you can put in your shoes for balance. It'll help your strength, help your endurance, help your balance. It's something that's really been helping Chris through her struggle back from that stroke, and it's technology that's quantum physics that is developed in order to help people have a better life in a lot of different ways. Very inexpensive. The patches, you can put them in your shoes. You can put them, even got a patch that to put on wine. I don't drink, but Sherry and Jack drink wine, and you can put it on inexpensive wine, and it just makes a tremendous difference. But here's the difference. You can put it on a $50 or $100 bottle of wine. It makes that wine better too. There's a lot of things I don't know about it, but I know that the tests and the things we've done, and it's a patented technology, and it's just absolutely incredible. And these patches are just a couple, $2 or $3 a piece. You can put them in your shoes, and it will just, and also you put them on your telephone, and it blocks the electromagnetic field that is flooding our brain, and actually probably will cause a lot of people to have cancer in our lifetime, probably already has. We're all bombarded. We're bombarded with it through our telephones, through our televisions, and all of the electronics that we're around. So there's a little bit of a deal in this newsletter this month about the Innate performance patches. We activate water. We have Innate water, and it's only available in a few places around Oklahoma City. But that's the water that Chris has been drinking, the water I've been drinking, the bottled water we've been drinking for quite some time right now. And it really, really makes a difference in your body. It really does. It kind of lines up all of the photons in your body. I mean, it's just an amazing thing. Innate state, innate technology, and innate performance patches. So we got a little bit in the newsletter about them, where you can go on there and go on the website and learn all about the patented technology and what it does and all of the tests and everything. It's just an amazing technology, and we've got it available to help people in a lot of different situations. Kids, even with Down syndrome and stuff. It's just an amazing technology. It does a lot for a lot of people in a lot of different situations. You got patches you can put on your clothes, patches you can put on your shoes, thermal patches you can actually stick on your body, and it's amazing. It really is. So check that out on the newsletter also. Guys and girls, I'm going to cut this newsletter off here, and just want you to have a great week out there. We're going to have a great week ourselves. We got a trip or two planned, and in the next 2 or 3 months, over April and May and June, we got some fishing trips and hunting trips planned. Turkey season opens up here in Oklahoma for the youth. I believe it opens up here pretty quick. I think turkey season opens up period April 6th, and that's just right around the corner too. It may be, I don't know, maybe that's next Friday or Saturday, isn't it? Something like that. But anyway, I know my buddy Daniel Houston called and asked if Daniel Arms in Houston wanted to go turkey hunting, and he wanted to know if he could borrow a couple turkey decoys. And I told him, you bet you can. You bet you can. Just don't shoot. Don't shoot the turkeys here in the yard. Don't shoot my turkeys here in the yard. And you got to watch Houston. But Daniel keeps him pretty straight. But what a good boy he is, and what great friends Daniel and Arms are. If you're not subscribed to Arms Family Homestead, go in there and subscribe to that channel and tell them Jimmy sent you over, because they're great. Got about 800,000 people on that channel. It's a very, very good channel, very successful channel. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great week. Make this week. If something bad happens, you turn it around and make it good. If somebody says something negative, you turn it around and make it positive. If somebody knocks you down, get right back up, look them right in the eyes and say, God bless you, and go your merry way. Do not let them get you down. No matter what they do, no matter what happens, don't let them get you down. Keep a smile on your face. Make the world wonder what you're up to. And remember, I sure do love you.